Hey guys, it's Nina here. Just wanted to say, hey, I'm back, I'm home, yay! I'm 5 days post-op now, and it was quite interesting, so to speak. Okay, so I'll quickly try to give a, as fast as I can, rundown. Just wanted to say, well, okay. I had a really awesome roommate at the hospital. She was just great. She did so well. She met every quota and criteria as far as, the stages that they make you go through to make sure that, that you're all right, and then that you could leave and go home quickly. So it was, okay, so one of the stages was, the first one was, there's like a 30 ml cup this big, like a medicine cup, and you got to drink that and then work your way up to 4. 6 would be ideal, that's what they want, but minimum 4 of those little tiny cups an hour. Well, she whizzed through it like no big deal, and I didn't. It took me 3 hours to finish a tiny little cup. One cup took me 3 hours. But anyway, then I would try harder, and then I would get better. Thing is, it was really getting like really tough going down and into my the top part of my stomach area it felt so tight, and it was really difficult that I would just like almost wet my tongue. I'll be like just a little bit and then try, and it was like the same amount that you would have in your mouth as like regular saliva that you would swallow without even realizing. It was that much that I was trying to get down. It was such a tiny amount. It was ridiculous. Now that I think back, it didn't even match. Like, here's this, like, I'm this huge person, and I'm looking at this tiny little thing, and it's like I'm being dainty with it, and it just, like, I thought it was funny. I don't know. It was quite ridiculous, It just, the picture didn't match. Can you imagine? Anyways, okay. So, I tried harder, and I would work my way up to 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups. I did make it to 4 cups after 3 days, and my roommate got to go home, and she was all good, and we hugged, and she was great. Like, the next stage is, because you're so full of gas, they want you to toot and burp. You gotta let it out somehow, because they blow up the stomach like a dome so that they can get in there and take a look and see properly what's in there. So when they take the equipment out, naturally a lot of the gas doesn't come out, and it's still in there, and it's up to the body to just release it. So movement helps, drinking helps, so that you can either burp it out or toot it out the other way, but it's got to get out. And the longer it's in there, the more painful it is, and there was a lot of pressure, and that's what was happening to me. At first I thought there was something wrong with me, because my beautiful roommate was like whizzing through this, and she was off the pain meds and off the nausea meds and off the the IV, because she was getting enough liquids in, and I was way behind schedule. I couldn't get off the IV. They wouldn't take it off, and of course, because they needed it, because otherwise I'd dehydrate. I wasn't getting enough liquids in. I couldn't get it down fast enough, and I was in a lot of pain, and I wanted to vomit every second of the day. And so I was on a lot of nausea meds. So anyway, after that humpity hump, I, made it through, and said goodbye to my roommate, because she got to go home and I had to stay. And that just motivated me even more to try harder. So I would continue sipping. The funny thing is, I would hold on to this cup. I'm like, you little sucker, I'm going to get you down, and I want to go home, because, I just want to get home. I want my bed. I want my, in the hospital room, you're in a bed. There's not much, I don't know, to me, I think, like, I'd go out and maybe go for a little walk and then be paranoid to catch something because you're in the hospital and, you're, oh man, my brain. So I'm like, I just want to go home. There's a living room, there's, luxuries at home. I'm not rich or anything, but I'm just saying, like, I can go to the kitchen and bathroom, it's my toilet, like, it's just, everything is more free at home. It's just more comfortable. So I'm looking at this little tiny sector and I'm like, listen, you're going to go down, and that's it. And I was like, I'm not letting you go. I'm not putting you down. I'm going to drink this thing. And then I'm like, oh, for it. And okay, that's good. And I'd hold it. And then, of course, because I'm so pumped up on meds and all that stuff makes you so drowsy, so I'm literally holding it and doing one of these. And I'd pass out, and I'd get up, pass out. One time I got up, and I'm watching the clock, too, because, they make you time and record everything. Like, I'm recording how many of these I'm having and how long it's taking me. And it needs to be, like, within an hour, how many I can get down. So I'm watching the clock, passing out, holding onto the cup, waking up. One time I woke up like 10 minutes intervals where I'd be like, wow, that's pretty talented. Didn't even like spill a little piece of nothing. I didn't spill any water. Nothing spilled. And I was passed out for 10 minutes holding this cup. Anyway, basically after all that, I was able to do it. They gave me the Boost Shake Vanilla. Blech. It was so disgusting. I couldn't, only 2 sips and I was right back to gagging and almost vomiting again. So I just had to not take the Boost. They gave me something else instead, and to get the protein down. So, long story short, I was finally started building it up, and then I tooted a little, and I burped a little, and and I just kept trying so hard. And the doctor would come back around noon and say, okay, well, I said I'd come back at noon to see if I could release you, and sorry, you failed. Can't release you yet. You need to get more water in you and more fluids and do better. So he said, I thought, oh, crap, I'm in here for another night. And he said, no, I'm going to come back and check on you at 4 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock, I thought, okay, well, I've got like 4 hours. I better like boot this. I'm going to try harder. And I did. And at 4 o'clock, I was able to do a lot, and a lot more actually than before. So he said, okay, you're good to go. And I was so happy. So yeah, I'm still swollen, of course, and I have pain that is regular, like is what is to be expected kind of pain from this kind of procedure. I need help sometimes or whatever getting out of bed, just because I use my leg muscles and arm muscles to get up, but try to avoid the ab muscles just because I need to give it time to heal. I'm doing better now. I'm 5 days, like I said, post-op, if I said that already, and I'm drinking about half a cup of fluid, not every hour, just like per sitting, I guess, and I'm trying to do that. The funny thing is, I remember there was something that happened at the hospital that I don't understand what it was, but I remember that as I was getting out of the anesthesia, my eyes weren't open yet, so I guess I was still in the operating room, but I can hear everything. So I mean, like when you're starting to like come to, the first thing that comes is the hearing, and I heard the nurses saying, oh my God, she's sweating profusely. She's profusely sweating everywhere. Wait a minute. And she called somebody's name out and said, is this normal? Is this normal? And I can sort of like feel they're like patting me down and everything. And she said, oh my God, her IV is out. She sweat so much her IV came out. I thought, whoa. I wasn't worried. I mean, I'm under anesthesia. Was so chill and on cloud 9, it didn't matter, like, at the time, anyway. But then, afterwards, I was trying to figure it out, what that was all about, and I believe it was because of low blood sugar, because part of the, I hadn't eaten in 3 weeks OptiFast, but you got calories with that, but the 2 days before the surgery, you don't eat anything, right? You just have, Jell-O and whatever, all that stuff that's sugar-free, and then the night before, my instructions were not even to have water, like nothing, 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 no chewing gum, like nothing. So, you know, would be very normal if my blood sugar would go down, and then I don't usually have low blood sugar issues, but it must have happened. And at that time, it was 5 when they measured me. The blood sugar level was at 5, which is low for me because, you know, like I said, I'm never usually have low blood sugar. But if you're going to sleep at 5, what probably happened is it went down even further while I was in surgery, and that sweating profusely, and then the IV coming out, well, that probably just made the IV coming out probably made everything more like worse, I guess. And because you know, maybe I was getting dehydrated too, who knows. So that's the only thing I could figure out. But I'm here and I'm alive and I'm doing well, and you know, everything's getting better daily, slowly getting better. I'm pretty happy and blessed, and thanks for all your prayers and all your support. It was really cool to know that it, you know, during my hard moments in the hospital, and I would go on Facebook and talk to my people in the weight loss community, and it was just like, you know, they're encouraging me. You know, you guys, a lot of you have gone through this already, and it's really important, I feel, to have this kind of community and have some kind of encouragement that can really pull you through, because it means the world when you're just down and out like that. And kind of brought me back to realize, hey, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I want to get healthy. But during that miserable time, I didn't think that way. I just thought I was like miserable, and I was just focused on what was so wrong that I lost sight for, you know, a minute or so of what was the whole point of all of it. So I feel and believe it's really important to have a support system, and this community is just awesome for that. So thanks again, you guys. I really love you for that, and pulled through, and it really helps a lot. So yeah, so if I remember to post anything else about anything else that comes up, I will for sure. I just wanted to say I love you and thanks a lot for everything again. And you know what? It was a different experience. It's pretty different, and I know it's just the beginning, but it's yeah, I'm here. So happy about that. Anyways, have a great day, and love you very much, and talk to you soon. And yeah, take care.